Brandon,
Yes?
you know what I like?
What do you like?
Video games.
Me too.
Let's talk about them.
Okay.
We'd already talked about the fact that Assassin's Creed is going to become a movie. We were all for it, but now we've got some interesting new news. Sony's going to, of course, make the movie, but Ubisoft gets full access to everything to be able to prove everything, even the final cut, which has never been done before.
Yeah, this is completely unheard of.
Yeah.
But to me, this is the best news I could get for an Assassin's Creed movie.
Yeah.
These games are long games. There's a lot of story to tell. There's a lot going on. And it worried me that them making a movie, you might miss some stuff. So you figure if the people who made the game are getting the final cut, the important stuff that the fans are going to want to see it's going to be in that movie.
Yeah, and if you think of stuff like Prince of Persia, which didn't do well, that's because it strayed so much from the original idea of the games. And I bet you 10 gold doubloons, if like the company got to actually see what was being made beforehand and be like yes or no, they'd be like, no, this isn't our vision, this isn't our work, this isn't our fiction.
I think it's a step in the right direction, you know, and I feel like a lot of these movies, like comic book movies, everything like that, they're kind of learning to go with what the fans want, and this seems like the absolute perfect route
exactly.
to go.
Because I mean, as much as you want to make it so everybody can enjoy it, there's a point where it goes completely wrong and it ruins the story.
Absolutely.
And that would just make everyone upset. So,
well, let us know what you guys think in the comments.
So not only are comic books being brought to the digital market more often now, but it seems like video games are kind of making the transition into mainly digital downloads.
Yep.
And we have a lot of like expansion packs and things that you used to be able to buy them on hard disk and download them onto your console. Now you actually can just do it online. You can buy whole games online whenever you want. And it seems that at the London Game Conference, people were actually projecting that games are going to do just strictly digital downloads.
yeah, they're thinking that at least by 2015, they're going to at least overtake physical, if not completely eradicate it, which is absolutely fascinating, especially looking at the way digital download developed. I mean, the first time you really saw it was stuff like, what was it, Phantasy Star Online, which was the first console version of an online game where they had digital kind of stuff, and it was just thought of as something like, okay, that's weird, you keep that over there, and then slowly it's progressed to like, oh, let's do some downloads for an expansion pack, and now it's full-blown games. It's really cool how it's progressing in all fields, like TV with Netflix and everything like that. It really is coming where physical media is going out of place.
Everything is just going to be digital.
Yeah,
it's all going to be transferred through wireless internet connections and stuff. It's great. It's weird to me.
On Live has already got their market of all digital, that's it, and it's a good idea if it gets taken off. But the one thing that worries me is being a Sony fanboy, Sony's not prepped for this. Microsoft's got a really good marketplace that's great for digital downloads.
That's why Xbox is better.
And I'll admit, Xbox Live for digital downloads and like friend requests and stuff like that is better.
But that's because you pay for the actual service.
It's true.
They upkeep it, and Sony.
It's completely
they're doing the best they can.
Yeah, I mean it's completely true that it's the best with free, but still they need to improve the store just in the matter of getting digital downloads. Because I mean stuff like the PSP Go, it was completely digital, but not all of their games were available for digital download. So if you had the PSP Go, you're just out of luck. Like a really good example is Square Enix's title Final Fantasy Dissidia was not available for digital download, even though that was their big title for that year. And so anybody who had a PSP Go was out of luck. And so if it's going to progress in this way, people need to start understanding the importance of it because it is going to take over the market. We just have to recognize that, whether you like it or not. So let us know what you think in the comments below.
Nintendo has posted their long-awaited and sort of feared earnings for the past year. They didn't do as good as they thought they were going to do, but they didn't do as bad as I think the majority of us thought that they were going to do.
So true, yeah. I mean, like a lot of people thought with how the sales were going that it was going to be abysmal, horrible, that they would have actual losses. They're still in the game. They're still in the green. So I mean, or I guess you would say black. Yeah. And so it's not bad. It's just, it's not as good as they wanted.
Yeah.
And so the interesting thing about it though is, because I mean, yes, we've got the major numbers like of how the sales were and stuff like that. The very interesting about it was, because we already knew they weren't doing that well, but we also got other companies' numbers from their reports of comparisons. And the interesting thing that I found most interesting, because Sony fanboy, little buffer to this, everybody thought Xbox 360s were outselling PS3s like crazy because normally they sell at a more heavy rate because of Red Rings of Death, everything like that, and because more people have them. PS3s have almost matched Xbox 360s in total sales. take in mind, PS3s came out later, and the ring of death for competition. That's pretty significant.
Is this because they dropped down in price recently and spiked in sales?
It's a combination of things. One, that is a big part of it, and also because it's the main system in Japan.
Valid point.
And so with that heavy population only playing on PS3, you're going to get hardcore number of sales. And then when you branch out to other areas, dropping price, everything like that, you're able to get your sales back up. But still, even with that, Xbox 360 has been dropping prices. Some, not as much, but when they came out with Slim, it was cheaper, a better model. And that still wasn't even enough to be able to boost their sales as much as the PS3's price drop has. And so it really is kind of showing that, again, buffer, I'm biased. PS3 is the better system. It just had a too high price point.
All I'm saying is that I have owned the same 360 for like 3 years, and it's never red ringed, never given me any problems. And maybe that's why more people aren't buying 360s, because they don't need to. What I think is really interesting is that Nintendo has dropped from the #1 spot in terms of gaming, and a lot of that was because their handheld gaming, because the Wii was in such high demand, to 3. It's behind PlayStation and Nintendo now, which is really sad to see happen, but at the same time, it's because no one wanted to buy a 3DS. DS sales dropped from like $7 million, or dropped $7 million, and DS software dropped like $45 million. So that's a huge, huge leap.
Yeah, that is. That is insane.
Chinese gaming company ZQ Game has announced that they will be doing a MMO for the new Total Recall movie coming out.
On one hand, whenever you hear video game for
A movie,
it's bad.
most of the time, yes.
However, being that this is an MMO and so much more goes into it and so many features are being put into this game to make it really good and run smooth and all those things, I'm kind of excited to see what happens.
MMOs I'm weird with because I'll either not mess with them because I'm like, it's way too much effort to go into this.
Indeed.
Or I end up just knee deep
And you lose your
in
life.
the MMO and I'm like, I can't hang out with you guys. I've got to go.
Destroy this troll over this mountain and do this
Exactly.
quest on Wednesday night.
But I was going to say that too. You know, most of the time when you hear movie, video game, anything, it's usually terrible.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Could be cool. It has a good potential because it sounds like they're really, really, really doing a lot for this.
I'm very excited to see what happens, just so we can either make fun of it or enjoy it.
Yeah. Let us know what you guys think in the comments.
So Modern Warfare 3 just came out this week, and I personally did it the right, legal, and proper way. I waited in the line Monday night, waited 6 hours, and it was totally worth it. I totally, in the cold, it was awesome. But it seems like some crazy French dudes couldn't wait that long.
Yeah, there's 2 incidences actually. The first one was a car actually drove a truck with copies of Modern Warfare 3 off the road and attacked them with knives and tear gas.
They threw tear gas down. It was like straight out of a Call of Duty game. The second
they
one,
were just...
yeah, they threw it down, got everyone out of the van, and then bounced with it. The second one, dudes actually came out, blocked the truck that was delivering, forced the drivers out with handguns, and then took off with the other truck.
Now, I would understand this happening like before the
Like
game.
a month ago, like pre-advance
This is
shipping.
crazy that it's just like,
It's like the game comes out in a day.
I'm
Let's
not
steal
going to
'em.
Target.
Yeah, right?
I'm not going to Target.
Target, it's France.
Yeah, I forgot.
Target.
I'm not going to Target.
Yeah.
I'm taking my copies.
I'm taking $1 million worth of copies.
That's insane to
Yeah.
me. It's a video game.
It's
No
the biggest
matter
video game.
how incredible it was.
It's World War III, dog.
And they're not happy about
Yeah,
it.
no, they're not. Anyways, let us know what you guys think. And by the way, check out our review on nerdlocker.com of Modern Warfare 3.
It's a doozy.
All right, that's going to do it for video game news this week. Until next week, be sure to check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, as well as nerdlocker.com for all your nerdy news. I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Brandon, and we'll see you next week for even more video game news.
Bye.